Sometimes they're just lying in bed for a while and they develop ulcers. You know, you just have to go ahead and help them. You can't just have them lying in bed right around the clock and not getting turned. So even though probably they're bigger than you are, you still have to give them the care that you really need to give them. You have to turn them every 2 hours or every 1 hour, depending on, you know, the frequency or when they need to. So I don't really miss those right now. So I will take bringing home the work and charting over doing some of those, because I've had my share of it. I've had my little share of it so far. So I don't miss that. I don't miss running back and forth, you know, trying to catch the crash cart. I miss the excitement, the drive that comes with emergency room nursing. Don't get me wrong, I miss that, but I don't really miss it that bad. No, I don't really miss it that bad. My patients, they do well, they survive. You know, they're 1 and 2 misses, but it's beyond my control. You know, sometimes they just do their time already, but it's not something that is because of poor management why they probably passed. But as a nurse practitioner, you know, I kind of get a chance to relax. You know, you can think about why you're doing certain things, because sometimes you're in the emergency room, you have so many things going on with your patients, and so you don't get a chance to really think about why you're doing this. You know the general management for certain things, but sometimes you really want to sit down and look at why you're doing this for this patient. I want to have an idea, rational, as to why you're doing it, and sometimes you don't get a chance to do that. So now I can sit down and focus and, you know, critically analyze why we're doing this, why not do this a little bit more for the patient. Alright, hi everyone, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning into the ThinkNursing platform, where it's all nursing. It's all related to the nursing experience, nursing journey, and today it's no different. We are heading into Dallas, where we'll be seeing a few patients. It's the day when Beryl have arrived in the US, and despite so, you know, we still have patients to see here in Texas, where I'm located, and we'll be seeing patients. Currently it's not being affected by Hurricane Beryl, which is good. So I am going into Dallas, and I have about 10 patients to see there, and then after which I'll head home. I think they said that Beryl is gonna be affecting like, you know, some parts of Dallas on Tuesday around 1 a.m. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not so sure if it's gonna reach where I'm actually at, but if it does, you know, we'll have to just continue to put plans in place as we would normally do during a hurricane season. But yeah, so I have about 10 patients that I'll be seeing. It's not hot, which is good. I'm leaving out very early today because I want to ensure that I see these patients and head back home on time, just in case it decides to get, you know, a little bit rainy. I don't want to be out, you know, getting all soaked up with some of that rain. But that's about it. It's gonna be a lovely day today. It's Monday. The temperature is 79 degrees, so it's not bad, and we will see how the day goes. So over the weekend I had a few charts that I was doing. I was able to complete all my charts, and that was good. I was kind of procrastinating a little bit, and so I had 2 charts that I was like, nah, can't be bothered. But you know, I was like, let me just finish them up and just get it over with, so I can start the new week without thinking about having any, you know, work from the previous week hanging over. So that was good. And as usual, I do regular home chores, and I was just tired for the weekend. I was just tired for the weekend. I would tell people that, you know, when I was doing my emergency room duties full time, I know I was tired because my shifts were 12-hour shifts, but I never had this much charting to do after I get home, and that was the part that I love about being an emergency room nurse. I see my patients, I get the work done at the hospital, and that was it. I never walk home with any, you know, hospital assignments or any hospital work hanging over for the weekend. But no, being a nurse practitioner, yes, you get the flexibility with work, and you get flexibility with, you know, turning in your charts. But when it comes on to finishing up those notes when you get home, sometimes it's just a case where you want to just lie down and watch TV all the time, just relax and not do anything else that is related to work, because that's what, you know, off days are for. And so sometimes I'm wondering, is it really worth it being a nurse practitioner? Because, as I say, flexibility was always my thing, and now I have flexibility, but then I feel like I have additional work. So 6 to 1, half dozen of the other, still basically the same. So, but the only thing is, when I worked as a registered nurse in the emergency room, I have to do a lot of things. So from making my patient comfortable, meaning, you know, giving them partial bed baths and emptying poop, suctioning. Like, I don't have a problem with any of those because it comes with the nursing duty, and over time, you know, you're doing it, it is the normal. You feel comfortable doing it every single day. So sometimes you have patients who have C. diff, or patients have diarrhea, severe diarrhea, and you are the nurse that is actually caring for that patient. Sometimes you don't have the assistance, you know, because when somebody realizes that you're the patient's nurse and your patient has diarrhea, they're going to kind of hide you. You understand? So you have to kind of run and seek out help in terms of getting assistance with these patients. And so after a while, you cleaning stool for the entire day becomes the norm. So you don't even smell it sometimes when you're there. You're just doing it because you know that the patient needs to be cleaned up, and you're doing it because you know that you want your patient to be comfortable. So you're the nurse who is actually caring for that patient, and sometimes, you know, you have to be playing hide and seek with other persons to kind of get help for your patients to change them, because nobody really wants to clean anybody with any stool. So after a while you get used to it, and even though you're a nurse practitioner, you still know how to do it, you still know how to take care of a patient. Like, I don't really miss it. Sometimes I remember turning some patients. The patients are bigger than I am, and I still have to go ahead and make sure I turn them. Sometimes they're just lying in bed for a while and they develop ulcers, you know. You just have to go ahead and help them. You can't just have them lying in bed right around the clock and not getting turned. So even though probably they're bigger than you are, you still have to give them the care that you really need to give them. You have to turn them every 2 hours or every 1 hour, depending on, you know, the frequency or when they need to. So I don't really miss those right now. So I will take bringing home the work and charting over doing some of those, because I've had my share of it. I've had my little share of it so far. So I don't miss that. I don't miss running back and forth, you know, trying to catch the crash cart. I miss the excitement, the drive that comes with emergency room nursing. Don't get me wrong, I miss that, but I don't really miss it that bad. No, I don't really miss it that bad. My patients, they do well, they survive. You know, they're 1 and 2 misses, but it's beyond my control. You know, sometimes they just do their time already, but it's not something that is because of poor management why they probably passed. But as a nurse practitioner, you know, I kind of get a chance to relax. You know, you can think about why you're doing certain things, because sometimes you're in the emergency room, you have so many things going on with your patients, and so you don't get a chance to really think about why you're doing this. You know the general management for certain things, but sometimes you really want to sit down and look at why you're doing this for this patient. You want to have an idea, rational, as to why you're doing it. and sometimes you don't get a chance to do that. So now I can sit down and focus and, you know, critically analyze why we're doing this, why not do this a little bit more for the patient. They're gonna get some pain management, they're gonna get something to help relieve them of that discomfort. So in terms of that, I am able to help them out as best as I possibly can. There are other times when, you know, you want certain testing to be done. I'm able to advocate for them a little bit more on that. There are other days when I need a referral, I can go ahead and refer them, you know, because nothing is wrong with second opinion. Nothing is wrong with second opinions. So I will tend to do that some days. So yeah, I will take this nurse practitioner job over being an RN at any time. So that's just it. But it's a phase, you know. It's a phase that every nurse will have to go through once you decide to advance your career. So even if you're LVN and you become an RN, you know, then you decide to go and get your bachelor's, you get your master's, your doctoral degree. It's always a phase, you know. You're always going to be doing things, and you're going to realize that the higher you go, you know, the more you're exposed to certain things and the lesser the work becomes. So persons who are in management, they will tell people what to do, but they're not doing that much of a hands-on, and that's what comes with the job. And it's the same thing when you are a nurse practitioner. You do all of these things as a nurse. You're done with that part. You've advanced so much that now you can actually leave that section. You can leave bedside nursing and venture out into something else and take on a different role, job description, and still be caring for your patient in the capacity of a nurse, just the same. So yeah, but suctioning, I don't miss you. I don't miss the suctioning at all. I hated suctioning. And if you give me the option to choose between suctioning and cleaning a patient who has passed stool or giving me a diarrhea patient, I'll take the diarrhea patient anytime. I cannot do the suctioning, the sound of the suctioning and trach care. No, I don't like it. Tracheostomy suctioning, I don't like it. So yeah, so I'm enjoying, you know, I'm enjoying this phase of my nursing experience. I'm not going home that tired anymore, because when you work in the emergency room, you are tired right around the clock. You know, it's like you can hardly catch a break. Sometimes you can hardly take a 5 minutes to drink some water and hydrate yourself, much less to go and empty your bladder. So it is a lot of work in the emergency room, and a lot of people don't understand that is the first point of contact in the hospital. That is the first point that people actually, you know, show up whenever they're sick. They're coming in with different, you know, ailments that you have to deal with, and that include the family members as well, who are very emotional about, you know, what's going on. So you just have to deal with them. So a lot of people might look at it and say that the emergency nurses are being stern, they don't smile, they don't this, they don't that, but they don't understand that these emergency nurses, they don't want their ship to actually, you know, sink. They have to be the captain of their ship. And so sometimes it comes off a little bit wrong to persons, because in their mind they're thinking that these folks are rude. But over time, working in a high stressful environment, it's not every time you can go there and smile. You know, you're really giving the care, and you know, you're giving the best care, and you're genuine about what you're doing. But it's not all the time you're going to be out there going on smiling like you're crazy. No, you can't go there just to smile every day. You're smiling when you see folks coming in rape cases. You can't smile about those things. Like, you see some traumas and you just have to deal with it. Persons just need to relax a little, understand what the emergency nursing department is about, what the emergency room nurses are all about, and try to be in their shoes. As I say, you can't go and smile every day. You smile about this, you smile about that, you smile about this. Like, no, that's not how it goes. You can't just smile, so like, you know. So it is what it is though. But emergency room nursing, it is a tough job. You know, if you work in the emergency room, you're a tough cookie. Yeah, you're a tough cookie. And hats off to you guys. If you work as a nurse anywhere in the hospital, hats off to you. But I'm just saying, you know, big up to all my emergency room nurses. They're top-notch nurses, so they know how to function under emergency situations, and that is just one thing that is special about these people. They know how to put themselves together, carry themselves out in situations where other persons might look at it to say that, why are you behaving like that? But they don't understand the reason behind why you do certain things. But either way, yes, I miss emergency room nursing, full-time nursing, because every now and again I might pick up 1 and 2 shifts just to keep my apps and everything, you know, active. So I miss emergency room nursing, but I don't miss it that bad, bro. I don't miss it that bad. So until then, I will continue and do mostly being a nurse practitioner and see my patients, have the flexibility to empty my bladder whenever I feel like, have the flexibility to eat whenever I feel like, have the flexibility to smile whenever I feel like, and just about everything else. Alright, so hats off to everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in and listening to me blabbing as I go to my assignments this morning. Oh my word, it's getting a little bit dark here in Texas, and it is 8:30. But anyways, we'll see what the day looks like. I'm like 6 minutes out, or 6 miles out from my location, which is roughly 8 minutes. It was a good thing I walked with my umbrella, because now I'm seeing 1 and 2 raindrops falling on my car. So just hope it's not gonna be that heavy where my shoes get wet. So, but I did end up taking the highway because I wanted to get to my location a little faster than usual. The regular route would have taken me 53 minutes, and the highway took me 37 minutes. Well, you know, that's 37 minutes plus about how many dollars in tags? Probably like about $8 in tags. Yeah, so the tag fee about $8, because I went on probably like 3 or 4 different highways to get to this one little location, and then it brought me on the express route. So kudos to the highway folks in Texas here. They know how to make money, and kudos to Google Maps, because they know how to work with the government. Ooh, there's a dog on the roadside just a while ago. Sometimes I never really expected these in America, you know, seeing dogs on the road, because in my mind I'm looking at it to see that these dogs are well trained and they're supposed to be in the homes eating fancy food. and only mongrel dogs should be on the road. And me never believe that mongrel dogs in America. We know that Canada pick up mongrel dog because them pick up some of the Jamaican ones, but them not turn mongrel anymore. Them name Canadian mongrel dog. Yeah, so sometimes I drive in and I see 1 and 2 dog on the side of the road, and I'm wondering who let them pets out to die. Because probably that one died from heat stroke, because the temperature was a little bit hot the other day, so who knows. Alright, so I am 4 minutes away. The other day I came down this home. It's an apartment, and before I actually could reach that home or apartment complex, I actually missed my stop. And when I look, GPS is telling me that I need to drive like about 6 more minutes in order to turn back on the highway to get back to the lady's house. So I missed the stop, you know. So I decided that I was gonna put the car in reverse and try a thing. But I'm not really that much of a big driver. I can go forward, you know, but when you want to go in backwards, yes, I'm kind of backward pan one day. I can help myself, not under stressful situation, but yeah, I had to do it. I had to reverse the car, and it took me about 5 minutes. So it would have made sense that I had just gone on the road for the next 6 minutes and get it over with, because I would have just been going straight. So I had to just go ahead and put the car in reverse and take me like a time and push the car backwards until I was able to make it back into the apartment complex that I wanted. And I was just there smiling. The only way I could actually do it though is because it's a road that is not busy. It's not a very busy road, so there wasn't any cars, you know, like coming. So I was able to go ahead and just pinch a little, touch the brake a little, press the gas a little, touch the brake a little, until I was able to get back there. But yeah, so me is going to make sure that that not happen to me today again, because the weather pattern looks a little bit tricky today and I don't have 5 minutes to waste. So I am gonna drive very slow, very slow, so that way I don't miss the stop, because the stop is in a very tricky corner. And yeah, so I'm currently in Keeneland. Yeah, Keeneland. I'm heading onto, I think it's like South Walton Avenue. Yeah, South Walton Avenue in Dallas. A lot of the grass that the cows eat, but me not really see any cows down here. Yeah, but them have a lot of them down here in this little area. Alright, and then I'll turn. So I'm going South Walton Walker Boulevard. Huh, how ironic. Anyways, yeah. So drive slow, because I have cars behind me. It's not a matter of I can't read GPS. It's a matter of them have too much road. So sometimes you realize that they're doing construction and there are 3 different road like A, B, C, D, and you know if you try and figure out which one you must go on, and then the GPS will tell you, oh, go on this route, and you following it, and only to find out that the GPS wanted you to go on the route that they're currently working on. So it's confusing bad. So yeah, so most of the time I always allow to go places that I am supposed to be going, because this GPS thing is just confusing. But anyways, people, I am at my location. I'm gonna see 3 patients here, and then from there I will take you on a trip with me to, no, I can't take you to, oh yeah, I'll take you on another trip with me to my other location. All right, bye.